There's other funny features.
Well, I mean, I could say all my other funny choices were, all my, choices in men.
I don't know where that started or ended.
Alright,
I start smoking first. Hopefully I got enough memory on my phone. I should, because I just bought, Google just made me buy more
space on it.
I don't think that I'm using as much space as they say I'm using. I don't know what's going on. Wait,
who knows?
What if every time I get a phone, it has to re-back up everything on the new phone plus the old phone? That could be an issue.
I don't know.
I don't know whether it does or doesn't.
I don't know. You can put those on your end of the table.
Alright. Where am I going to start? So, over a year. See, this is the problem with writing in hieroglyphics. It's hard to read.
You can't even read your own shit.
No, I can't, but... And what's crazy, that the handwriting's neat.
It's actually pretty for once. And Les. See, I knew you could do it.
Alright, let's see. Alright, y'all, so we back with another episode. This will be episode number 3, and it has been over a year now since I've posted on Leslie's Looney Life. So let me answer, for anybody new, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Leslie, and this is Leslie's Looney Life, where I tell you all kind of crazy, wild, true stories. And today we're going to have a guest. We're going to get to that in a minute, though, because I need to catch y'all up on a few things. First of all, I had to stop doing podcasts. I had to stop doing videos. There was a lot of things I had to stop doing because I was trying to take on way too many different aspects of comedy at one time for just starting out. And so I thought it'd be best if instead of focusing on Matthew, focusing on comedy, focusing on posting every day, instead of focusing on YouTube, instead of focusing on how to write, what is comedy, how to perform on stage, how to read an audience, stage presence, instead of trying to figure all this out and more at one time, just starting out, I decided maybe I bit off a little more than I could chew. And I decided to take and just stop for a while. Now, I kept doing the YouTubes for a while, but then my son came up to me and he let me know that he was getting picked on in school over the videos, and so I put a stop to putting him inside the videos. And so I kept doing videos for a little while. If y'all remember from the Kill Tony episode, the guy who lived in the car with me, his name, I'm not going to put his name out there. He's still a good guy. He just wasn't cut out for the task at hand. Now, a lot of you know him as the camera guy. Now, to put it as basic as possible, his only job was to basically watch Matthew for 3 hours right before he went to sleep, and then basically make sure he didn't have any nightmares, and if he woke up in the middle of the night and needed to use the bathroom, walk him to the store so he can use the bathroom or something. Alright, but sometimes he would take and come back an hour before it's time to watch Matthew so I can go do the mics. He'd come back plastered. I mean, so drunk that he was incoherent. And then tried to convince me that if he just took an hour's nap, he'd be okay. And I don't know in what reality he thought that would be okay. And so I would have to take and let him pass out and then just not go do mics because I wasn't going to leave somebody intoxicated with my son. Now, not once have I ever caught him or suspected him of drinking with my son. He knows I would flip my shit out on him, and that would be the end of that. So I haven't never caught him doing that, but the rules were very basic. Until the hours of 2:30, 3 o'clock, you're a grown man, do whatever you want. And then be here on time to be able to watch my son. I'll take care of making sure he does his homework, fed, everything he needs to be done. And then all you got to do is watch him. All right, that's it. And that was too much for him. So I had had to kick him to his curb, and then after that, it was just me and Matthew, and there was no way for me to record or go do mics, seeing as how now I had no one to watch my son. Now, I had grown to know a few people, including my good buddy A, but there's nobody I would just hand my son to. The only reason I let the camera guy watch my son is because I had known him for a long time and never known him to be, literally, other than the drinking, he's a great guy. Like, that's just, it just has his issue, and his issue didn't fit my plan, so he had to go. And so for 2 months, I wasn't able to do mics or take and do any videoing. So that's why I've been gone for quite a while now. But I didn't let it go to waste. Those 2-3 months that I wasn't doing mics or videos, I took every moment that I could. I was either spending it with Matthew, doing flashcards. I've seen some of the videos where I would write problems on a dry erase board, and then he'd solve them real quick, and just having fun. Yeah, we didn't have the most money, but every time I had a chance to make sure that he was experiencing some meaningful childhood experience, he would do it. Such as the only video that I posted of this, because like I said, he didn't like being put on video, but there was one video where I had planned on him being able to take before he went to Danielle's. We'll get to that in a minute. But before he went to Danielle's, he wanted to do something water-wise, fun water park or something with us. And so I was like, okay. And so I saved up for a week, and then I went to go pay for the place, and they said they were card only, didn't take cash. So that kind of put a damper on what we were going to do. And so I made a video of where I just went and bought a bunch of containers, filled them up with water, and bought a fuck ton of water guns. And then we just went underneath the park and had underneath the bridge and had fun. And we did. I mean, it was pretty fun. And so, like I've said in the documentary, y'all can find it on JP's channel. It's called Where's JP? But it's a life of a homeless comedian. Like I said on there, it may not be a life filled with magic and rainbows and stuff, but once you figure out you can choose your own struggle, you will be a lot happier. And I know my son knows that. So now we're into the part where right up to then I took, and now that he was out of school, here's something y'all don't really know. Yes, me and my son was living in my car, but just like everything in the universe, there was a reason. And nobody, including on Reddit, nobody ever bothered to ask why. But all the pieces are there. Basically, I had everything planned out. I was going to DoorDash and Uber. We were DoorDashing and Ubering when we first got up here. But and I was making anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a week, just Ubering and DoorDashing. I would DoorDash while he was out of school, and then all weekend, and then some of the week, and then have enough money for hotels and stuff throughout the week. And basically we would take and have a system set up to where I had internet boxes, not the internet, were cameras. I had cameras set up. We had a system set up. He had his phone, I had my phone. I check on him 24/7. Not that I would leave him. All right, so basically, after he'd get out of school, I'd stop. I'd wake up, because the only time I really slept was while he was in school. And so I'd wake up, get him from school, and then we'd go get something to eat. We'd DoorDash for a little bit, make a little extra money, and then go back to the hotel. While we were at the hotel, make sure he got a shower, got everything ready for school and the next day. And then we had a knock system, a calling system. He knew if I called that phone and he did not answer, or if I could not see him on the camera, I was going to drop what I've done. And I had to a few times, and just come to find out he was just in the bathroom taking too damn long. But I would stop what I was doing, no matter what I was doing, and drive right back to the hotel, which wasn't far. I could take from any mic I was at, run to the hotel, and be there in half an hour. But I had it set up to where he was taken care of. And then I don't know if y'all remember the video or me on Kill Tony talking about Tina. Fuck that bitch. So she took out 2 warrants for my arrest, all right, due to the video that I was talking about that's on YouTube, where she shot me in the face with a pepper ball several times. shot me in the face with a pepper ball gun infused with tear gas for calling her out for being racist and getting into a petty ass argument. Now, during this video, it was from start to end, even to where the officer told me to leave the premises. Alright, so the whole argument was there. She tried to say that I assaulted her animals, and did property damage. Now, I tried telling the judges, I tried telling the lawyers, I tried telling the officers, I tried telling Uber and DoorDash, because Uber and DoorDash were like, hey, you got these warrants out for your arrest, you can't work for us no more. And I begged and pleaded with them that the charges weren't going to stick, that the whole argument was on YouTube, and they didn't. I literally, a week after I got fired, went back to South Carolina, got because I had court, went back to South Carolina, got the paper stating and notarized that all the charges were dropped, and they wouldn't accept it, wouldn't even take the time to read my case on Uber and DoorDash, and so lost my job and ended up homeless in a car. And so I just took what I had and went with it, because he would have missed too many days in school if I didn't continue with him in school. And we had already had it kind of set up to where we knew where the resources were and where to go and where we could stay. So that's what we did for 8 months. All right, for 8 months, that's what we did. And during that time, I ended up getting caught on Kill Tony, ended up getting rid of the camera guy, ended up stopped doing videos, stopped doing mics for 2 or 3 months, and ended up taking my son and sending him to Danielle Rivers. Real strong black lady. That's one of my son's godmother. He has 2 of them from my side. But she took him in for 2 months. I haven't paid her much money, but I did pay her some money. And then the rest of the time I saved up to try and make this trip that I made out. We're almost caught up, you guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. There's a lot to cover. And I've got little notes here that I put it down in front of me, trying to make sure I stay focused. Because this is a big one. This is the first time I've had a person on, and this person be directly related to one of the stories that I'm being, I wouldn't say famous for, but known for. Alright, well, where was I? What was I talking about before I distracted myself?
Danielle.
Who? Oh, yeah, Danielle. And so he stayed there with her all summer, and I had to save up to get bus tickets to leave Austin, Texas. Left Austin, Texas, went to North Carolina. By the time I got to North Carolina, that first ticket was already, $220 something, and I thought it was going to be like $100 something, but I was wrong. And so then I got to North Carolina, didn't even leave the bus station, got Matthew, and then immediately went to get on another bus. And I thought if I just doubled the price, because it was literally basically the same fucking distance from Nebraska to North Carolina, from North Carolina to Texas, because Nebraska is like basically right above Texas.
You haven't even said how you got to Nebraska.
No, not yet. Yeah,
in Nebraska.
No, I'm getting to that point. And so I thought it was only going to be like double the price. So I was like maybe $400 something. I was like, okay, I can swing that. I can make that happen. But then they came back and it was $600. I was like, ah, shit. And so I called my baby mama. Yes, the one that took off with the midget. That one. I only have one. Well, technically, I have another baby mama, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, have a baby mama or had a baby mama? I don't know. Either way, all right. So she paid. I call her, let her know, like, look, because she already knows that we're on the way. Now, why are we on the way to my baby mama that took off with the midget? Basically, from what I understand, now you can weigh in on this if you want to, but from what I understand, her brain is falling out of her head, and this is how I've explained it to people. Her brain is falling out of her head, and people look at me very strange when I tell them these stories.
I get it all the time, too.
So her brain is falling out of her head. It's kind of like, how everybody has a soft spot where hers is getting softer. Right? And like, it's right.
No. Okay. So.
Okay, just focus on that part, and then I can jump back in.
Okay.
All right, so what's actually happening?
So Chiari malformation is the condition that I have.
Okay, pronounce that again.
Chiari malformation.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
It is. So literally, my brain is falling out of my head. The cerebellum is the back of your head. It controls everything.
Oh, I know how to pick them. All right.
I know, right? Mine's falling out. I don't know what the other one's excuses are.
All right. So basically, she said that she let me know that her insurance won't cover it, right? Like they won't cover it because there's not a permanent fix. That the doctors can only do like a drywall effect, and because like a drywall, if there's too much pressure pushing on that drywall, if anybody does construction, they know that the drywall is going to continue to tear, and so they're continuously going to have to. And so, common sense. I have a lot of that, but no book sense. Fucking alarms! I should have cut those off. But I have no book sense, pretty much. But I have a lot of common sense, and so I was like, okay, well, with that happening to her brain, then it's only a matter of time until she's not herself in a mental capacity. If that makes any sense, right?
Correct.
And so I was like, well, I for one hated it when my father and mother, my real mother and father, would take and play off one another and basically take and keep accusing one another of shit. And I never really got to know anything about either one of them, even though they were in and out of my life constantly. And I didn't want that for Matthew. I didn't want him to play the what if game. I didn't want him to have to take and base his opinion off of his mother, based off of what other people's opinions are. I want him to have his own opinion. And so I got to talking with, you mind your name being put on here?
That's fine.
I didn't mind, what was I saying? I talked with Whitney, which is baby mama, so I can stop saying baby mama that took off with a midget. That's a mouthful. So I wanted to take, and I talked to her and basically discussed, all right, this is what's happening. My plans have fallen apart with how I wanted to perceive comedy. You just let me know that you have this condition. You seem like you're in a stable situation, more so than you were when we were together. And so I want to talk to you about getting Matthew for one school year, just one school year, while you're in the early stages of, what would you call it again?
Curing malformation.
Yeah, that. And that way he can get to know you and have some, because every child I feel needs some sense of a mother. And I've worked hard on making sure he gets literally anything I as a father can give him, but there's just certain things I can't, and that's like having memories of his mom, alright? Because one thing I definitely didn't want was him growing up thinking that you just hated him. And
I still feel that way. I feel like Matt hates me.
I can see that he doesn't. Look, there's so many
But
things.
it's just my feelings, and Matt has showed me over the last several days that is the complete freaking opposite. I have been absent out of his life for many years, but yet he still respects me enough to call me mama, or mom, or mother.
I can see that he is very excited to embrace the opportunity, and I'm going to have a talk with him later. I very little touched on it last night when everybody was at the dinner table about how whether your brothers and sisters are right or wrong, you stick up for them. Mm-hmm. But I do want to have a conversation with him like that, because I have never had one with him like that, because he has never been in a situation where he was around his siblings, nor did I ever know that he would. And so there's some things I want to talk to him about. Like, he has short tempers and stuff when it comes to certain aspect of just getting overwhelmed. Like, if you notice, anytime I've talked to him or directed him in instructions, I never raised my voice. I never constantly kept trying to go. I'd say my piece, let him talk a little bit, and then I say my piece again. Like, no, this is what needs to happen. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't do well under hard pressure, which is why also last night when I had him write those 300 words down for the ice cream shit.
Dude, we have to post that story, man. I think it's great. I
will post it, but after he does his new one. That way there's comparison, so it's not just a negative aspect that people can pick on. But I've been trying to be very careful on what I do and don't post with Matthew. But what was I saying? Yo,
you got off subject so bad, dude.
Alright, so yeah, I want to talk with Matthew about whether he gets upset with how y'all do things or not, whether he agrees with them or not. To not try and be accepting of it, but more or less understanding of it.
Yeah.
All right, because I feel like that would also help him with trying to make his own informed decisions when he gets older, is being able to understand the view out of other people's eyes and why they do the things they do.
Yeah.
And that's where we at right now, you guys. We finally made it to Nebraska, but there's one more piece that I fucked up. I fucked up about 3 states over.
And didn't find out.
Yeah, I didn't find out until I got literally until one city over.
Yeah.
1 or 2 cities over, and I was like, fuck. I left all my shit. And y'all know, if y'all been keeping up with me, I don't have much shit. That storage unit, I posted it one time of whose shit was whose. It's mainly Matthew's shit. Like, it's mainly all his shit and then my comedy stuff. That's it. I have like 6, I had 6 outfits, and now I have 2. I'm wearing...
You wearing a borrowed shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing my baby mama's... I'm wearing Whitney's new husband's work shirt. Was it work shirt?
Yeah.
Or I guess a work shirt, and then I don't even know whose pants these are. My son brought me these. Said that Patrick. They're not Patrick's. I don't know if they're Patrick's or somebody. Patrick is this cool black guy that he has his own place now. Yeah, a cool guy named Patrick. He's in the military and stuff. I don't know if these are his pants or if a friend of his pants, but apparently Matthew had some pants and shorts on backup ready for me, and I didn't know it. And he didn't even know it until he was unpacking, so that was cool.
Surprise that you were gonna need it, dude.
Oh, man. All right, so I think we're all caught up now. Yeah, now I'm here. I've been only staying, 3 days and...
You ain't staying no 3 weeks.
No, I can't. I got to stay Tuesday. No, 3 days is what I was planning on staying, then I've been here, 5 days? I'm going to be here 5 days altogether.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving...
Saturday.
That's tomorrow, ain't it?
No, today... Well, yes.
Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday.
Yeah, because today's Friday.
And then tomorrow I'll be heading back to Austin, Texas, and I'm going to try and get back on everything. I should have no reasons. I know Matthew's going to be good. And are we not... All right, so the first part, your part. All right, well, it's... All right, go ahead and introduce who you are.
Okay, so everyone else knows me as, the baby mama that ran off with a midget. My real name is Whitney, everybody. Yes, that story is completely fucking true. I really did take off with a dude that was literally 4'8", was wearing camo shorts with sandals and a black wife beater. That only lasted a really, really short time. Yeah.
Like, I tell people all the time, every aspect of that story is true, because there's a part where I go, yeah, she had the audacity to call me up a week later talking about the midget was throwing beer cans at her and drinking all the time. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a fucking short relationship.
He had a short fucking temper, too.
Yeah.
And a small fucking bladder.
A small bladder? Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that.
Every time this motherfucker literally drank, he would have 4 beers, waste it. You'd find him pissing in a fucking corner somewhere, and not in the goddamn bathroom.
Oh, shit. Alright, so we're going to take a small break to smoke a cigarette. I'm going to pause this right fast. To y'all, it's not going to seem like no time at all. To me, it's going to be about 8 minutes till I can smoke this here cigarette. Alright, now we're back. I got a note here. It says midget. It says P. Let's go.
You said you had a question that you thought one.
Yeah, I thought of one while I was smoking. Didn't him and his little group, didn't they work for like a carnival or some shit? Or carny or something?
At one point I thought they did, but I know the midget itself, I don't know what the fuck he ever did.
I found out, so it was sometime this year when I went to South Carolina again. I think it was this past Christmas. I found out that my mother has actually been in contact with this guy. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and From what he says, he was mad all the time because he didn't like what you did. But that's all I know. I want to do an interview with him. I want to
know what the fuck I ever did to that motherfucker.
You broke his heart?
Oh, that little bitty thing in him.
Alright, so we're going back a little bit. We're going to, before we get into this, let me talk to y'all about how I met Miss Whitney here.
Oh, God.
Now, to a lot of y'all, this may be fucking wild that I am sitting here across the table from my baby mama who took off, left me for a midget, and then I've talked to, maybe 2 handfuls of a time in 12 years?
Yeah, maybe. Something like that.
Other than like little quick texts like, hey.
Or pictures of Matt. That's usually all I got half the time.
Yeah.
Or, hey, Matt's doing this.
And so, what was the point of this?
You were trying to get back to how you met me.
Oh, yeah. So why did I start talking about the fucking messages?
Because we were talking about how we got here.
Oh, yeah. I'm
humans.
All right, so I'm sitting here across from my baby mama who took off with a midget in a property of her husband, who she's married to now. And you got a kid by, right?
No, we have no children together.
No children together. All right, but she does have another child, right?
I have 2 other children.
2 other kids with who?
My next door neighbor.
Who is who?
A baby mama. Or a baby daddy. His name is Cody.
And he's related to who?
He ain't related to nobody.
I thought he was related to your husband, his brother or something.
No. My husband doesn't have a brother.
Yeah, I misunderstood that one. All right, so
I don't know where you went.
yeah, I thought that he was his brother this whole time.
No.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they don't look nothing alike, but me and my brother don't look nothing alike either. So
that is true, but no.
All right, and so yeah, I'm just in a weird situation right now, and I'm about to head out tomorrow. But to back up 12 years, I was put into a short-term institution called the Lighthouse. It was the last nut house I was ever in.
That was like 13 and a half years ago, because we didn't even get pregnant right away.
Yeah, okay, so 13 and a half years ago, all right. And I had just gotten out the nut house. The only way I was able to get out was somebody signed me out. And I had gotten friends with this one chick, this older lady, who was institutionalized because she had left her cats in the freezer for way too long. There's a small...
Why the fuck did she put the cats in the freezer, dude?
According to her, she was trying to cool them off. They were hot. All right. She was a sweet lady, swear to God. All right. And like, she had a lot of cats. Like, she tried it 7 times.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And she only had to get put on medication, and that's what the short-term facilities are for. But at a certain age, people have to sign you out, and I couldn't find nobody to sign me out. And so after a while, I made friends with this chick, and I'd give her my pudding cups. I was like, "You're my buddy." I'd give her shorts off of cigarettes, and we were friends. And then so she signed me out when she got out, and then I went and stayed with her. And it didn't last long because, like I said, that place is only there to pump you on medication and send you on your way. And so I had some side effects, man. I had some side effects where I couldn't use an imagination. I couldn't imagine anything for whatever reason. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't dream nothing. And I was also very fucking horny. Like, extremely fucking horny. And this lady was like old school, old trailer in the boonies. We had to pass south of the border to get to her house. Like, it's out there. And in her trailer, she had this DVD collection. You know, the old school DVD collections with like 4 sleeves and 4 DVDs on each page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and in this completely packed, she had 3 of these and completely packed. The only decent thing I could find was fucking The Notebook and My Sister's Keeper. And then,
fuck.
Yeah, she came home one day, called me, and then I immediately got kicked out. And as I was getting kicked out, I was talking to my aunt. All right, now, y'all on the internet probably hasn't heard too much about this aunt, but I have been working on material for it. She was wanted by the FBI, and she got busted.
Oh shit, we're not gonna talk about Aunt Tina, are we?
No. All right. Also, in my I didn't tell you this beforehand, but because I usually don't have to, because people don't know the people that I know. Other than Tina, because fuck Tina. Other than Tina, I don't use names. Even with my father and mother, I just say father and mother. I don't use any names. But yeah, with this particular aunt, I moved in with her. Shit was seeming shady.
Oh yeah. I remember that aunt.
I got out quick and ended up with this chick who looked like she was from The Matrix. You remember?
Oh yeah. The one right before me.
Yeah, like, I mean,
literally right before me.
See, I had good intentions. I figured, you know what? I'm tired of these bullshit chicks who just lay around, don't want to achieve nothing in their life. I want to go find me a smart chick. And so I went to the library, a place I don't belong, and I decided.
Can't even read.
Yeah, I was like,
I didn't know that then.
Yeah, I hide it pretty damn well with technology, because now I don't have to write letters. I can just text shit. And so I went in there and I saw you with somebody. You were with some heavy chick. I don't remember who that was.
That was my mom.
That was your mom? I don't remember that. I thought it was somebody else.
No, that was my mom.
Oh shit! I completely forgot that was your mom. I always imagined it as some heavy chick. I just don't remember who it was. Oh shit! So she was.
Oh wait a minute. Was she black or white?
White.
She was white? Because I'll say if she was black, that was Stephanie. That was one of my best friends at the time. But if she was white, that had to be my mom.
Well, the only reason I remember this chick is because y'all were talking. All right, so to back up a little bit more. We still at the library. I'm trying to get her attention, and the only thing my retarded ass can think of is there's this song called "Catch a Grenade for You" by Lil Wayne. And I'm outside. I kind of signal her that, hey, I'm about to go outside and smoke a cigarette with like smiles and nods and shit. And I can't remember who went outside. I think she went outside first, and then she went all the way to the damn road right there and sat on a wall. And I'm on the opposite wall that's closest to the library. And I'm putting my phone on speakerphone and shit, playing this dumbass song.
All because you need to be connected to the goddamn Wi-Fi too.
And so I ended up getting her attention, and then we just started talking, and she kept hinting that there was somewhere else that she had to go that day. But I kept ignoring it. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with her. I'm gonna see where this goes. Because I found this chick at the library. She's got to be smart, right? She's got to at least be smart.
Red flag.
And so our technical first date was at McDonald's right down the road. That was the first place we went to. And we were still, I swear I don't think it was your mom. I feel like it was somebody else. But it might have been your mom. Because didn't she have to go to those meetings with y'all?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So it might have been your mom. And so, I don't know where
it's her fucking fault.
Oh, wait, hold on. So, I don't remember where we were. I remember we were in front of some building.
It was a church.
No. Before we got to the church, we were in front of some building when y'all were talking to me about you had somewhere you needed to go, and y'all were being very cryptic with it. And I didn't even know what that was until I went there with y'all. Like, had no idea. Completely oblivious to it.
Oh, the house that we went to before the
Yeah, there was a house
church?
we went to, yeah.
It was the meth mansion in Pickens.
Oh, yeah. With Rhonda and, Michael and Rhonda. I have talked about Michael and Rhonda so much without knowing their name. I used to tell people all the time, I used to live with two meth heads, and literally they would do this magic trick where they would be bent over looking up at the sky, walking around, and then out of nowhere just bend down and pick something up off the ground and know that it was there.
That was Michael, 100%. Dude, that would creep me out too.
And so the next red flag should have been our second date. Which do you want to tell them, or are you okay with telling them?
Go for it. We can tell them. I don't care.
Okay, it was a AA and an NA meeting, both of them. I didn't know what either one of them was. All I knew was I'm with this hot chick, and now there's other hot chicks telling these cool ass stories, and I'm sitting there having the wrong ideas while they're there trying to get better. And so I think that was the last. I think I went there one more time with
you. Went one more time to a meeting with me, and that was a totally different place than that church.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable in it no more. I was like, I should wonder if I should tell them what I do sober. Because I've never been one to really drink. I can handle my liquor a lot, and the reason I don't drink is because I can handle my liquor a lot. And I don't see the point in drinking, spending that much money to get me to a level I could just take and smoke half a joint and feel fine.
Exactly.
I don't see the point. It's a waste of money.
But at least now I see that.
And if you want to tell the next part, you can where we spent the night at. Because that's a whole image right there.
Are you going to talk about spending the night at my mom's house?
Yeah,
with
buddy.
No power, no water. We literally were cooking with the kerosene heater.
I forgot all about cooking. I don't even think I ate anything in that house.
No, you didn't.
Oh man, my sister, she listens to this. She's gonna know I must have been like racking my brain on how to get out of that. It was bad. It was so. I don't remember what the mountain was, but there was a mountain of something in front of your mom's bed that you had to crawl over to get to her bed. I think it was just hands and shit.
Who fucking knows at that point? My mom literally, once my stepdad died, man, she just kind of just whatever.
It was bad.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But we were not in a situation where we could, provide for ourselves. And it was either that or Meth Mansion with Rhonda and Mike that was staying up all night. We did that a couple of times. Yeah. We tried to do that a couple of times.
Yeah, but they kept wanting to drive places. And I don't know if
that was terrifying.
Oh, I forgot all about that until just now. I need to put that into a bit. But there was so many. You don't know if y'all have ever had the pleasure of being in the back seat with no seatbelts, driving with two meth heads who are fucked up on meth to go get more meth. In a town that is notorious for meth, where cops are constantly watching for meth heads. It's nerve-wracking. Oh, I forgot all about it. Oh, man.
Well, we ran into Cricket.
Cricket. Oh, yeah.
The blonde chick that was so cracked out. She's notorious in Pickens.
Oh, yeah, Pickens is crazy. Yeah, hey, here's another little fun fact. I swear to God I ain't making this up, but the road my aunt used to live on was called Pumpkin Town Highway. Literally,
there is a town called Pumpkin Town. It's north of Pickens.
Yeah, dude, it's South Carolina's different.
Way different.
And so, let's see. After that, you gave me, I think, I can't remember if I just came up with it or if you gave me an ultimatum. It was something like, get me out of here into our own place if you want to stay together.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
we did, and then we moved over into Liberty.
Yeah, I worked 2 jobs. One was at KFC, and another one was at
Long John Silver's.
That was linked up to the same place. So I would literally clock out of work, go in the bathroom, change shirts, and just walk next door and just work Long John Silver's.
Yep.
And it took me a while. That plus I got a bonus from, I don't know if you call it a bonus. It was something I had gotten from disability. Because I was still on disability and pushing the envelope of working while on disability. Not supposed to do that. Well, technically, if you qualify for what's called a work ticket, you do qualify for it. And I got the paperwork. I do not qualify for a work ticket. I am classified as a danger to myself and others. That's fine. Anyway.
I think you're more a danger to yourself before others.
I'm a danger to the rest of this weed.
That you are. Or the snacks I brought.
I forgot about those. They're in danger now. But yeah, so we got our own place. I mean, it wasn't the biggest, nicest place, but I mean, it was ours. It was, I can't speak for Whitney, but it was my first place. Was it your first place?
I think so.
Yeah, and
I think we remember we kind of celebrated with getting, I would say, kind of matching tattoos. You've got the Pisces sign on your forearm. And I've got the one on my wrist.
Yeah. Was I supposed to get the Aries one?
No, you were supposed to get the Gemini. But we agreed on the Pisces because when we found out we were pregnant with Matt, his due date was around that same time.
Yeah, it was also going to be Pisces. His birth date was crazy, too. Like, literally every aspect of my life is wild. my son's
initial due date.
Yeah, his due date was 3/16, which has been my father's address.
It's 36. It's 36.
Yeah, 3613. So his birthday would have been 3/6/13.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father's address was always 3613, which I thought was wild, especially for how he was born.
Yes.
I've told a few people, like, the technicalities. I didn't say that word right, and you just gonna let it slide?
You actually said the word technicality right.
I did? Okay. All right. So,
which is why I let it slide. I was kind of shocked you said it right.
It didn't feel right in my mouth.
Because it's a big word.
All right, so there's we had tried for a while to have a kid, actually.
Yeah, we tried for several months.
And there was one night, Whitney was at our bedroom window just bawling her eyes out. And we had a conversation about why we can't have a kid. And honestly, I was starting to think maybe it was me, because you had already had 2 kids. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, fuck, that's one hell of a way to find out you're sterile.
We made a joke about it, but it broke me down to damn tears.
Mm-hmm. And so, something else y'all probably don't know about me, my mother has studied witchcraft for a very long time.
And you guys eventually turned me more so into that direction. I was kind of leaning into that direction both when I met you.
Yeah, and so literally one night, we fucked like jackrabbits that night, and then took any step necessary to make sure she got pregnant. And then literally I laid down beside her and drew a pentagram on her stomach until I passed the fuck out. And the only thing I kept asking for in my head was, if you just give me a son, I'll raise him to be Wiccan. If you just give me a son, I'll raise him to be Wiccan. Is that not what I told you?
Yep.
And
we played.
like
we all come
later?
from the goddess for weeks.
Was it 2 weeks later, you took a pregnancy test?
I came out of the bathroom shaking.
Yeah, she was pregnant. That was wild.
I was like, there's no fucking way. It's not possible. You know, we've been trying for months and nothing happened. Or whatever. And I think that was my turning point, that I started believing in something different than what I was brought up to.
It was definitely wild. And so after this point, I can't remember how long, but it was a few months. We were starting to argue about moving.
Well, it was getting to the point where we were living in Liberty, and we were having so many freaking problems with you finding a job up in Liberty, where we didn't have a vehicle. Well, we did, but you were driving it illegally.
Yeah, but at the time I didn't know it was illegal. My aunt, she had, the same one that was wanted by the FBI, she sold me my first vehicle. And I didn't know this at the time, but the way she was telling me, she was like, if you take and just pay me for having the tags, you can keep the tags on it. I didn't understand how car insurance and shit worked, so I was taking her word for it. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I did, but that's what ended up getting me that first driving without a license and all that shit charge, because they flagged that tag and then pulled my ass over. Uh-huh. And that's why they were so hard on me when they pulled me over.
And that was the first time in Liberty. So we were trying to get out of Liberty and get down to, I want to say, down to Dad's house. Because then I found out that I was a high-risk pregnancy because I had placenta previa. And I was supposed to be on bed rest. And you couldn't leave me at home in Liberty by myself.
There was
And then we were fighting because you were playing the freaking Xbox all the fucking time, and I threw it across the room.
I was enjoying the shit out of that Xbox, boy.
And I jerked that motherfucker out of the goddamn wall and threw it.
I stick by what I said, though. Like, look, that was the first time I had ever been able to play a game system and it be mine. And I was so... And plus, it was me and Josh. Me and Josh was happy as shit to be playing.
You guys were high as fuck all the time playing the game. No, it wasn't.
Because you were pregnant. I wouldn't allow weed in the house.
You wouldn't allow it in the house, but Josh was sneaking the motherfuckers. outside with one of the neighbors that was directly in front of us.
Oh yeah, I shared the pizza with them. That was a big ass pizza. I've still never found another pizza like that.
Dude, that was a huge ass fucking pizza.
I took Matthew all the way up there just to order that pizza, and we had that pizza.
Dude, that motherfucker was huge.
You should have seen me carrying it out. He was under it like an umbrella. It was crazy. I also got his hair cut up there too. That was like right before we left to come out to Austin, Texas the first time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how did we end up at your sister's? That's where I want to get to.
Oh God. I think we were getting behind in rent on that trailer in Liberty. And Stephanie was my sister was living down in like the lower part of the state, close to like Charleston.
I don't remember the name of the town, but I remember that cop ride in that town, and apparently a lot of the scenes for the movie Radio was filmed in that town.
Yeah, that was out in Walhalla.
Oh no, it was a small ass town.
High school or whatever. But no, where you got arrested and went to jail was in Cottageville, South Carolina.
Is that where that was?
Yeah, when we went to the trailer.
They're your sisters.
Yeah, my sisters and my first baby daddy.
Yeah. All right. So if y'all ain't following along, hold on, cause I just put a sour warhead. I just put a sour warhead in my mouth. God damn it, that's sour.
You should try the black cherry ones.
I think that's the one I just did.
No, that's the blue raspberry.
Oh God.
The black cherry is even worse.
I got pushed through.
You making the funniest faces though.
Oh.
God, I wish people could see this now.
All right, now sweet again. All right, cool. All right, so if y'all ain't following along on what's going on, we now just moved into me, my baby mama who was pregnant with my son, moved in to her sister's house, who her sister was now married with a child, or two kids.
With one.
With one child, to her ex-baby daddy. I keep telling y'all, dude, my life is so fucking every part, and there's just one part. There's just one fucking part. It's my baby mama and my son. That's just one part of my life. This is, I tell people all the time, and Whitney have seen me before my son. She knew me back in the wild, didn't give a fuck about anything or anyone.
Your rage days, dude. I'll call it your rage days.
Look, the way my therapist put it was, I was angry at myself and the world and didn't know why. But then my son gave me a reason to try. But yeah, I tell people all the time, before my son, I was by no means a productive member of society. And people people just think that's a clever little line I throw. I'm like, no, literally, motherfucker, everything I say is fucking true. It's comedy, but it's true.
You were out for yourself and only yourself for a while.
Yeah, I didn't care. Whatever I could do to better my situation and me gain from it, I was going to do it. Whether it was illegal shit in Charlotte that I shouldn't have been doing, that if I would have got caught, I'd probably still be in jail for.
Probably.
So, I don't know, I count my blessings.
But hell, getting down to, when we were living with your father.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then you got pulled over, went to jail, they tried to throw on kidnapping charges.
Yeah, that was fun.
Or whatever, and at the same time, I'm going into labor.
Yeah, so the officer that pulls me over, I got Josh in the car, old homeboy of mine, shout out to Josh, and I wonder how he's doing. He had a nice fucking truck, boy. Oh, wait, I don't think I'm supposed to be bringing that up. I think he got it took. Anyway, love you, Josh. Anyway.
I still remember him from, weed paraphernalia from head to toe.
Josh is like, I was taking him back home, and to say he had a home would be an overstatement, because he really didn't. He had it was way worse than mine. Like, it was a fuck situation.
That poor kid.
And people in the neighborhood would get together and we'd hang out and shit. But we all kind of knew what Josh's situation was. But anyway, I was taking, first off, I went down there to get him, kidnap him, and like, because of that situation, I was like, look, I know one guy that would really appreciate being able to be in the house and food every day and just fucking game out and have fun. And I was like, I'm gonna go kidnap Josh.
Yup.
And so that's what I did. Technically, not literally. And so we took, and on the way back to take him back, because he was going to have to do something. I can't remember.
I think he was about to start some kind of behavioral classes or something like that.
I don't remember. We had to get him down by a certain date. So I went down, and we were just entering Florence. It was either Florence or Darlington. We were just entering.
I think it was Darlington.
They're not as good when they get sweet. I'm going to spit this out. And my tags for my car had just got they had just expired. No, they were because I didn't know they were expired or anything. They were still fucking my aunt's tags. And so they got flagged. And I got pulled over, and immediately he's all hostile and shit. We're pulled over on the side of the interstate, and if everybody's drove on the interstate, you know that big ass fucking curve that leads up to the road from the ground down below. We were parked on that, standing on that, and he's trying to say that he was going to charge me with felonies because he found our neighbor's mail in our mailbox, in my glove box, that he was going to charge me with false information because I told him my name was Charles, and he saw that in my glove compartment it was spelled Chili's, and I was like, that's not how you pronounce that.
Everyone pronounces your last name wrong anyways.
I got a whole 3-minute bit about it. But we took, and because Josh was wearing all weed paraphernalia, like weed hat, weed shirt, weed pants.
I think he even had a chain that had a fucking weed.
Yeah, no, it was a pot leaf with the hatchet man on it.
Yeah.
And so we the cop is swearing up and down that we're high, and this is why I remember us not, at least me, not smoking weed
at that point, because y'all couldn't smoke around me.
Yeah, and I told Josh we were just not going to smoke, and even Josh was like, nah, dude, like, Mr. Officer, cuz if we would have been able to smoke, I wouldn't be stressed. Like,
I'd be cool.
He was trying everything to charge me to everything in the book, and I had already told him when he pulled up on me, I was like, I ain't got no license and I ain't got no insurance, but here's my aunt's information, and I guess he was very familiar with that information, and so he decided to be an asshole.
He wanted to prove a point.
I'm about to have to pause this. We're almost at the end of it. Alright, so now we're getting to the story about the midget. We're getting there because we are right here at being at your sister's. So we're going to pause right there, and we're going to talk about how I ended up in jail, you ended up in the hospital, and we ended up having to basically flee the city. So we'll be right back to that in 1 second. It'll be a second to y'all.
But you guys, you forgot we ended up staying in the hospital on the floor for my mother during that time too.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna get right back to that in 1 second.
Actually, while you were in jail.
What about it? While I was in jail?
Yeah, while you were in jail, I ended up in the hospital at one point. And dude, my favorite snacks were the applesauce.
Oh, damn it. I thought this one was that one. The caramel one. That's my favorite one.
This is,
the butter,
peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh, shit, we're off topic.
We're stuffing our faces.
Started snacking. What was, talking about? Alright. So, we're at your sister's. It wasn't even like 3 days in.
You know, we have to tell how we got to my sister's first. So we were in the hospital with my mom after she wrecked her moped.
Yeah.
Right? That was horrible. I slept on the floor, and you and I barely ate the whole fucking time she was there. Pregnant and a diabetic. Figure that one out.
Good times.
But Mom got released from the hospital. We agreed to drop her off at the Edge Hotel in Easley, or the Rainbow Hotel, or something like that.
You not take a taxi, pay for a taxi?
I think so.
Right.
Us there to drop off my mom for one of my other sisters to come get her. And then we got on a bus, I think, and went down to your dad's. Or no, my sister come picked us up.
Yeah, because we were at your sister's first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were at your sister's, and it was like 3 days in. Couldn't have been longer than a week, because now you can smell the tension in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, found out real quick, they just wanted Whitney there and the baby there. They did not like me at all. I don't even know what I did. But they let it be very clear that they didn't want me there. And towards the end of it, we've been arguing for a while. But I had a video camera held up in the air. I don't know if you remember this, but I was recording the entire time with my other hand behind my back.
You went outside,
Yeah.
or whatever, that you went to, get away from the situation to walk away. You ended up behind the trailer that we were staying in with Stephanie, or with my sister, and...
I can bleep that name out.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah.
Her and I don't have a really good relationship, so screw her.
So we took him, a neighbor called the cops. It was some random black guy.
Yeah.
Called the cops.
You're holding the freaking camera up like this, above your head, pointed down, and she's just going at your face.
She's slapping me in my face. My hand's behind my back. I'm just taking it, because, she can't hit. Anyway, so...
But Thomas got pissed off.
Yeah.
Because he assumed you hit her back.
Yeah.
Took off over there.
So Stephanie takes off in the woods. She takes off in the woods, and the cops show up. I'm showing the cops the video. She comes out the woods screaming, "Yeah, I hit him. Yeah, I hit him." That fucking southern accent. Fucking. They was putting her in handcuffs, but then they started putting me in handcuffs. I was like, what the fuck did I do? I couldn't have thought of a better way to handle the fucking situation. One, I wasn't about to just leave my baby mama here pregnant by herself and me not know where I'm going or where I'm at. That's not happening. So at least I did was step outside. But they arrested me too for disturbing the peace and carrying a concealed weapon, even though they couldn't find a weapon.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what weapon they were trying to charge
Stephanie
you
told them that I had a weapon, and it was a knife. And I was like, I don't ever carry a knife. I can't have a knife. I can't have any weapons.
Exactly.
But I ended up in jail.
All three of you ended up in jail, and then Stephanie locked me up out of the house and told me I couldn't go in it, where everything of our stuff was.
That's right.
So, my best option? Pregnant. What'd I do? I tell them, I'm suicidal. I had all this, action just here a few minutes ago. Just watched my sister.
I don't think we ever went back and got our shit.
No. No. So I told the officer that I was feeling suicidal. They called EMT out. I told the EMT the same thing, just so I knew where I was going to be staying for the next 3 days. On suicide watch, but I knew I was going to be safe. I was going to get fed. And I was out of the situation.
So, what she's saying is, like, when I went and looked for a smart girl in the library, she was smart, but she was way more street smart. And so, I'm in jail, and a lot of this is Google, but you can look at my charges. I plead guilty just so I can get the fuck out. And I wouldn't have to show back up to court. I plead guilty, get out. I was like, okay, cool. And so now I had to figure out where she was and figure out where I was.
Yeah.
And my phone's trying to die. So first I go to a gas station and get my phone charged up a little bit and then start making phone calls to figure out where she is.
You can't get in touch with me on the phone, so you start calling local hospitals and the police department. And they told you they dropped me off at some hospital down there in Cottage.
So I made my way there. And then I can't remember what happened after that. I remember we made our way down to, we got on a Greyhound bus at a gas station. I lost my shoe. I remember that.
Yeah, you lost your shoe somehow in that trip too.
Yeah, I lost my shoe. So now I'm on a Greyhound bus. I got like $400 left to my name. Now have new charges, don't know where I am, and my only option for us is to head somewhere where I know I can get a job real quick, and I know we would be safe, even though it's not a safe place. That was the Edge.
Yep.
The Edge was the cheapest price. I knew most of the people there because that's where my mom hung out all the time to do karaoke, and so everyone was familiar with me because that was my mom's side of the family stomping grounds as far as kids and stuff.
I'll say that's where you kind of grew up.
Yeah, so they knew me, and so I knew I'd be all right. I knew who to hang around, who not to hang around, what to keep my eyes open for, because I was on the streets for a while. And so we went there, and I talked to my mom, who at the time was the manager, but she wasn't like the head manager, but she was a manager at the Waffle House, like 2 miles down the road.
Yeah, something like that.
But I had to take the long way because I didn't have a car at the time, and I would walk down TV Road to Pocket Road, walk all the way up Pocket Road, and then hop over the interstate to Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that BJ, or what was his name again?
BJ.
I found out BJ he was the main manager, and he had basically one rule. Well, two, but the second was a secret rule. Like, don't fuck with his pussy. He's trying to hit on the chicks. But
Yeah, exactly.
that was BJ. But then his main rule was he didn't care who covered what shift, as long as all shifts were covered and accounted for, and no extra shifts were made. And so as soon as I found this out, I was like, say less. I know what to do. I'm gonna get us out this motherfucker quick as fuck. It wasn't quick as fuck. But I was working doubles and triples, dude. I was working doubles. I would see where I go to work. I'm supposed to work breakfast. See that I'm not working lunch or dinner. Find somebody who's working that day for lunch right after me and tell them I'll just cover their shift and just stay there. And so I did that, and then a lot of times I would be on my way back to the hotel or get to the hotel, and then BJ called me up, hey, LW, can you come in for the next shift? And I'm like, sure. I'm on my way.
You did that for fucking ever, and it started pissing me off.
Yeah, because that was like one of the main arguments we got into other than the bubbles. We'll get to that in a second. But that was one of our main fights, and I just couldn't, for the life of me, understand why you couldn't understand. I was literally working those hours to get us out of there. And I think part of it was because I was buying dumb shit at the time, like tablets and stuff.
Well, not only that, but when you would get off work, instead of spending time with me, you were gaming all the time in another fucking room with some of the other, kids.
Wait a minute. I don't remember gaming all the time. I don't even remember having time to game all the time.
When you had...
Was it all the time or sometimes?
No, I'm talking about when you had days off.
Yeah.
And you didn't go into work at all, and they didn't call you in. Every shift was covered, and it was like a good week. We could, spend time as a family, just you and I, or whatever.
It does sound like something I would do, but I definitely don't remember it.
Yeah, because you remember Farron and Eric and some of the other housekeepers.
Yeah, I remember them.
Those kids. You were gaming with them, teaching them how to play COD.
Oh yeah, that sounds like me. See, there's a reason I don't play games and stuff no more.
Cause you got fucking addicted, dude.
I was getting good at it.
Good at it. You were getting addicted to it, that it was becoming, an everyday thing. Anytime you had time off.
Yeah, I didn't spend my time wisely, but I was definitely working a lot. I was definitely working.
I will give you that. You busted your ass day in and day out. And yes, some days were fine, but there were times that I wanted to spend time with you. And when you wanted to spend time with me, fucking karaoke.
Karaoke?
Yes, karaoke at the Edge. Because we were... It's the America's Best Value Inn on TD Road.
But no, I was trying to figure out...
The Edge was the cashier, it was the bar.
I remember doing karaoke one time with you. And that was on my birthday.
We used to do it every fucking weekend when we lived on TV Road at the hotel.
I don't remember that.
Every fucking weekend. Because
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because Eric was doing it every weekend with your mom.
Yeah. I remember them doing it, but I don't remember. Did I ever go up and sing?
You didn't sing, but we always went.
Okay.
I danced.
See, now it sounds like.
So all those line dances or whatever that your mom
you
did.
would dance with my mom, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell, your mom taught me a lot of those damn dances, and hell, half the time I was dressing in her clothes. Which is how we ended up on the 22nd birthday of me trying to convince you I was somebody else, along with everybody else.
And props to me, I did not fall for it.
You did not.
No, I was like, no.
Not until I took my wig off, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
mom,
how retarded you are.
My mom and my fucking I don't know what to call him, stepfather or what. I don't think they ever got married.
They were common law married for years.
This is cool old black dude in the military. All he knew was military. And my mom was with him for a while. And anyway, shout out to Eric Wilder. He's passed away. Cool guy.
Rest in peace, bro.
But what was I getting to? Oh yeah, him and my mom tried to convince me to like cheat on Whitney, right? Which didn't seem out of the ordinary for my mom as far as like wild shit that she would try and do. But at the same time, it definitely seemed out of character for Eric to do. So I was already suspicious.
Well, Eric was all about honesty and, you stick with it no matter what happens.
Yeah, and so like they tried to get me to hit on this quote-unquote mystery girl who they had dressed up in a wig, different clothes on and shit, makeup. I like
literally 8-inch stilettos.
Yeah. And so
I'm 5'2", so imagine. I was actually the same height as Leslie for about
that's where they fucked up
half
there.
an hour.
I don't like tall women. I don't like if you ever look down on me, that makes me feel less of a man. I don't like that.
I'm fun size. I'm not short.
And so, but yeah, I didn't fall for it.
They tried though. But it was funny.
There was one night I came back from work and I was a little teed off about something, dude. I don't know what I was mad about.
I think someone pissed you off at work.
That could be it. Because like I like to stick to the same routines if there's a pattern that I see is working. And I would usually start taking everything off at the hotel room. Mm-hmm. But this particular night, I don't know why, I was mad. You ever like go through fight scenarios in your head of people used to fight? I'm like, I would have did this different.
Oh yeah.
I like to see them now, but I was hyping.
Can I say I did that to you? Done that to you several times?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a common practice in South Carolina.
It is.
But I was doing that for some reason. I was getting myself hyped up. I had no idea what was going on at the hotel. And this is the part where I'm getting confused on. Because we talked about it a little bit prior to this to make sure we were comfortable with saying everything out in the open. Because it's going on there. And then when I blow up, this is definitely going to blow up. Because they're going to be like, this motherfucker is legit. His life is fucking wild. But, what was I saying?
We're going to take a break.
We are?
Yeah, so you can smoke that cigarette.
Oh, yeah, shit. Well, all right, before then, though, what the fuck were we talking about? Y'all, look.
We were on TV Road, and you were getting yourself all hyped up.
Yeah, all right, so getting hyped up, the confusion, what happened, because I remember Eric telling me to calm down. I remember walking up to the room, and I remember people in front of the room. But I'm not sure what the order is, but I remember I was heated, boy. I was heated, but we're gonna get to that in a second. Let's just pause this for a second. This is probably the last time we pause. Oh yeah, getting heated. Walking back. All right. So, what do you remember from that night? I'm gonna see if I can't fill in the pieces.
Like when you got back.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We had actually had an argument. Some big blow up.
Yeah.
Prior to this.
Yeah, you were saying
right?
that I was working so much because I didn't want to spend time with you.
Right.
And I was too focused on that portion to hear out the portion that you were saying about me doing the video games and stuff.
Right.
That's probably why I don't even remember it.
Yeah. So this continued for a while, and then at one point during this whole thing, you showed some of that rage.
No, we're jumping ahead.
No, this was during that. That was right before all this happened. Because it was a shitty day.
Right before the audience, are we talking about right before that walk when I met up with Eric, or right after it?
Before it.
All right, so this is before we started walking.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not.
So this was even the day before.
Okay.
You were. You know, it was.
Say it like I know.
You were having a really fucking rough day. It was shitty. We had gotten a moped you were riding, and the motherfucker, the chain broke or something, and you had to push it back to the hotel. We got into a fight before you left, and I said if you were going to come back with an attitude, don't come back at all. You started coming up to the door and beating on it. That was my last straw.
I remember hitting
the door. Night after that, okay?
Yeah, I was pissed. I think I left a dent in that door.
Yeah, you didn't even come back that night. You went and stayed with Mom.
Fuck, did I? I went where?
You went and stayed with your mom. And Eric.
I don't remember that either.
That or you went and stayed in one of the other rooms with one of the other kids. I think you stayed in like Farron's room or whoever's.
I don't even remember that.
Or whatever. So that
I went somewhere. I guess.
Yeah, it was. I want to say you were still at the hotel, but you did not come back to that hotel room until the night that you walked up and Eric was standing there and told you to calm down.
All right. So at that point, what happened?
Okay, so when Eric walked up to you and told you to calm down, I was in the hotel room with the midget.
Okay.
Right? I was talking to your mom.
Okay, so all of that I remember correctly. It was that part. Okay, I was confused. I was like, because there are some parts that I just don't remember.
And I told you I was done. I wanted out. I didn't want nothing to do with you anymore. You could keep Matt. I was just done.
Yeah, people have asked me throughout the years, like on that shout out to JP, Where's JP YouTube page, but the guy that did the documentary on us listed as a day in the life of a homeless man. No, I'm not trying to gaslight. But people ask me all the time, and the most non-defacing answer I could usually give people is like they'll ask me, well, I can kind of understand why y'all didn't work out for y'all's own reason, but why did she leave the kid? And I'd usually respond by probably a constant reminder of me, you know?
Honestly, at that point, you had your mom, you had Eric, you had your dad you were still talking to at that point, you had your sister that you were still talking to, you had the aunt not Tina, the other aunt.
Yeah, this is before we started finding out shit was like snowballing, dude.
Right. So you had all of them. I had no one.
It was a hell of a...
Because I didn't even have my mom. My sisters were in foster care somewhere else. My dad was dead. My real father was in prison.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't mean to laugh. Didn't he just die?
He did.
Oh, my bad.
July 22nd. I don't know. It's a mixed feeling about that situation, and we could probably do a whole fucking podcast on that one differently, including me.
But yeah, I definitely remember the midget.
Yeah, so when you walked up, I told you I was done. I wanted to move out.
Who was it that was holding me back?
It was Eric and Eric
I
Walsh.
pushed my mom.
You did.
Yeah, and y'all, as my witness, Whitney, when you did this podcast and doing this podcast, did I threaten you? Are you under the influence of things you don't want to be on?
No, we're sitting in my camper in my yard.
Yeah, all right. And she doesn't live in a camper. She lives in one of those 4 buildings that I'm looking at, and one of them's a 2-story house. All right, and the camper's actually really nice.
Except you cleaned it when you got here.
Yeah, I could. I've let some things carry on, and I've just learned to accept some of my diagnoses.
But at the same time, I knew you would do it, which is why I gave you your own space. Also, that way it was not uncomfortable for you or my husband. Which, granted, both of you have gotten along so marvelously.
He's a retired cop, bro. Like, he's a retired cop.
He's a retired cop from a city of Colorado.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting in my camper, 420, and my husband's
don't drink,
awesome.
He don't smoke, he don't do nothing. Cigarettes, nothing.
No. He's got 4 kids, loves them, and 2 grandkids, so I'm a grandmother now, too.
Yeah.
Own a trucking company.
Came a long way since the midget. Weren't they placing the midget in different rooms, and I was trying to figure out, and then cops came and looked for me while they was placing me in different rooms?
Yes. So that happened too, and then there was a fight. You ended up back over your dad's house after you moved out of the hotel.
Yeah.
And there was a fight over the fucking EBT card.
Yeah. I looked at that cop and I told him. I was like, look, all she wants is this card. I'm pretty sure it's those people that she's hanging out with. I don't want my son there. If you take my kid from me right now, you can put this on record. And if y'all know any of my comedy and see me in person.
And I told them I didn't want to take Matt. I just wanted the freaking EBT card so I could feed myself. Because you were in a house with your dad.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was your stepmom that was there with your little sister.
But do you remember what started the argument, though? Because I was trying to throw logic out there. Because y'all wanted to come get the EBT card. Use half the EBT. Well, hold on, back up. Y'all wanted to come get the EBT card. Take the EBT card 2 towns over to Florence. Use it. Then come all the way back. Drop the EBT card off, then go all the way back. And we was like, just come out here. We'll drive y'all to the store.
Well, the reason why is because we were going to take it. We were living in Florence. So we were going to take it to the Walmart in Florence, do our shopping, take it back to the hotel.
Y'all, this is why you don't try to have kids at a young age and try to mature and shit. And
it fucking sucks, dude. This made us grow up real fucking fast. I'll tell you what.
What?
Having a kid at a young age.
Yeah, I'm not nowhere near what I used to be. I used to be just angry at everything and everyone, dude. Like, but I'm not that way no more.
No.
I'm not. I smoke weed, and that's all I do. I don't drink. I don't do nothing else. I just chill and try to stay focused. That's what I do. And now we sitting here after all that, after all the chaos.
Talking as friends.
I would like to take and sit him down. You know what podcast I'm gonna try and do next? I would like to video chat with my mother and my father at the same time. But I know my father wouldn't be able to understand how to use the fucking phone to video chat. But I would like to do one of them next.
Well, your sister could go over to Dot's house.
Yeah, she's too lazy. She's not gonna do that. She's definitely not.
She'd go over there, start it, and be like, call me when you're done, and leave.
But yeah, y'all, I go to, what's today's date? I don't even know today's date.
Today is August 15th.
Alright.
Friday.
August 15th, Friday. My son's in school.
Only for a little bit longer.
He's got everything he needs right now. I did not bring him over here unprepared. Literally 5 suitcases of just his stuff, even toys, dude. Like,
this boy brought goggles and spray and water guns to shoot his dad.
I came back with 2 pulled back muscles toting this shit around, and laid up for like 2.5 days trying to get my back muscles to go fucking back realign and shit. But I left my shit 3 states over. So that's
I think it's more than that, because I think it was Atlanta where it happened.
It might have been Atlanta. I don't know, because it was North Carolina when my back started acting up, and I was like, fuck.
And I want to say Bubs called me right after you guys left Atlanta and whatever, and realized, oh shit.
And for those of y'all who out there who's worried, look, I'm not going to criminalize myself, but we still got a mutual understanding between me and Whitney. At any point, I can just roll up and go, all right, Matthew's coming with me.
Yep.
With no feedback.
There will be no fight.
Because if anything stupid like that did happen,
that's a line that we won't cross.
I'm not, yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to incriminate myself.
Well, and that was the agreement even when I gave you custody of Matt.
Yeah.
Or whatever, was that I would never take him from you. You've been the most amazing dad. He's happy, healthy, thriving.
Yeah, it is not.
This kid is not only book smart, he's got some street smarts. Now he gets to figure out what it's like to be in kind of a family situation with two younger brothers.
And I just want him to be able to develop a bond. That's what I want to talk to him about later, is whether he agrees on how y'all do things on certain things, not to get frustrated with it, just embrace it, and, well, not really embrace it, but understand it.
Well, yeah.
And be able to take and build that
It's
bond.
a learning curve for all of us.
Yeah, because I don't want that. Like, you see how my family is.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They do not communicate. They do
Hell,
not
my
get
family's
together.
not much better.
And so you know what it's like. I don't want that for him. I don't want that for the next generation.
Exactly. Hell, I don't want it I don't want it to a situation where, kind of like I just had to go through with my dad. My sisters want nothing to do with my dad. Called me and told me to make sure I got in touch with our mother, so I was her power of attorney, just in case when she dies, they didn't have to do anything with it. I don't want my kids growing up like that where they're fighting over, I don't want nothing to do with mom, I don't want nothing to do with dad, you deal with it, and hate each other.
Yeah, and that's what we can only hope for, because this world is...
It's already too fucked up.
It's changing so fucking much, and I have no idea what's coming. All I want Matthew to be able to do is make an informed, educated decision. I feel like if he can do that, he can navigate the bullshit.
Oh, he's been able to navigate the bullshit since the beginning.
That fucking story. I'm gonna post that story once the year comes up. I want him to do a year.
Okay, we're also going to talk, we need to talk about, some of the mistakes as a dad you've made.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about the very first one.
Oh, what was that?
When you dropped our son.
No. Did I? I don't remember that.
Day we got home from the hospital, remember? Remember he couldn't pass the car seat test, so we got a car seat he had to lay down in.
Yeah, it was a special
You didn't want me to carry it because I just had a baby.
Okay, so I dropped the car seat with him in it.
Yes.
See, I'm
coming up the stairs.
Okay, so that sounds
and Matt slept through it.
Yeah, because I dropped him, but I still had hands under him. I let my body hit the ground,
That's the first and only last time you wore slippers around Matt.
Yeah, I didn't drop him again. My sister fucked him up one time, though. My sister, was at my dad's house, and my sister was holding him in the bed, and she got a phone call, and she jumped up with Matthew in his arms and went to go cut that. You know how my father's, where his bed is kind of indented into the wall with all that space? She went to go cut that corner, and Matthew's head didn't make the corner. And so that was the last time I let her hold him. And then years later,
at the same time, your sister was so young too.
Yeah, she was. But
she was like 11, 12?
Yeah.
Something like that?
It was very simple. Lay on the bed around all these soft-ass pillows, don't move, and I'll be right back.
She couldn't handle that.
Dude, that was it. But as soon as I heard that phone ring, and then I heard Matthew, and then Matthew cry, I knew exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, she took it was a few years later, and this was the last time I let her watch Matthew. It was, well, not technically, because since he's gotten older and she's gotten older with her own kids, I let him watch her, but watch him. But there was one time...
It's him watching her.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's babysitting her.
She let him crawl on the counter with the glass eye on, and he put his hand on that eye. Oh, I was so mad. I was out there in the shop trying to help JR do something. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, I know I didn't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, you about to dip out? You about to smoke?
It's 2:30.
2:30. All right. Well, y'all, I think that's where we're gonna end this.
We can do another one where we call each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one down the road, like a follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
But probably do one like right there, right before I come to get Matthew in that year.
Well, we gotta do one for Christmas.
I don't know about all that. I ain't trying to do all that extra stuff. I'll make videos and stuff, but I don't know about a 2-hour podcast.
Well, not a podcast, but, get his, thoughts, feelings.
Alright, you want to get our child to focus for 2 hours.
It doesn't even have to be 2 hours. Hell, it could be 30 minutes. We might be able to get him to focus for 30 minutes.
I don't know. We'll figure something out. I'm probably going to cut this part out. But,
Why? It'd be funny.
I'm going to take this coming up year, y'all going to see a big difference. I'm going to be saving up money for an RV. And anytime Whitney needs me to take and send money, send clothes, whatever Matthew needs, obviously, just...
And it's the reverse. How many times have you called me? Hey, yeah. I'm in a tight spot. Yeah, I don't really ask, but could you? And I don't. I do it as an emergency too, boy. There was one time I was on my way to the Kill Tony show for the first time, and she was one of the... I think I even mentioned that in the video. I called my baby mama to loan me some money. And I did. And I bought a tool set and shit with it. You had to fix that fucking van. And that van's still underneath the bridge right now, 2.5 years later. It's still there, and I rent it out. Alright, y'all. So that's been another episode of Leslie's Looney Life. I hope y'all starting to get the picture. Y'all in for a treat. There's so many more. I literally have a 12-foot scroll with only 300 of these stories, and there's more than that. And just the first one, y'all, on that 300 list, my baby mama took off with a midget. I ain't bullshitting. Y'all have a blessed night.